now, 21 away from the hour. Still just below freezing here this morning. We have a temperature of about 30, well, we just went above. We're at 33 degrees. That is the official temperature, 33. As we move on here this morning at 9:39 in the Newsmaker segment this morning, we are very pleased to have back Dade County Executive Ted Rumley, who has been out for medical reasons and recovered now from COVID-19. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Evan. Let me pull my mask down a little bit. It's hard to talk with this thing on, but yeah, I had about 15, 16 days there. You know, we're down there, you know, with the COVID, and it's something that was a lot worse than I thought. You know, I guess you kind of take things for granted, but you know, I'd had it supposedly back in February of 2020, and you know, there wasn't a lot of you know, anything out there with it. We just thought it was a real bad case of maybe the flu or whatever, and just went through it and got over it. But this time it really bothered my breathing really bad. But you know, we got everything tested negative on my retest day before we well, whenever it was. I got my days mixed up 3 or 4 days ago, and just real weak. It's just but I just want to thank everybody for their prayers, and it's amazing how many people that was, you know, showed concern and brought food and left it on their porch. You know, I told Diane, I said it kind of reminded me of one day there of if you've ever watched that movie Gran Torino, when the people kept bringing food to his porch and leaving it, you know, and that it was so thought it was really good. I mean, it just so, we were so thankful, you know, for the people that and all. It's just good to be back. Just real weak, you know.
Well, we are glad that you are back. I know you went back to the office this past Monday. How's Diane? Of course,
she's doing good. She actually got her. She was retested yesterday, and she's negative. So she did come back negative, but thank goodness it didn't hit her as hard. You know, it was, everybody's different. I reckon different people, and it really. She had a little bit of fever there, you know, as I did for a few days, but then mainly hers was just her head was really bad, and just a weakness, a real weakness, and another thing really, and I still haven't got my taste or my smell back, and I went through that for a few days, but she's gotten her smell and taste back. But it's hard to, you know, I've had that with cold before. You know, you say, well, I can't even taste that or whatever, but this is different. I mean, it's really and truthfully, no matter what you put in front of you, no matter how good or how bad it smells, you can't smell it, and you sure can't taste it. I mean, right now, I mean, there's no way. And so, you know, they say that could be a while, you know, coming back, but I can live with that. You know, I mean, that's compared to what the last few weeks have been. So anyway, it's just something. I hope people, you know, do wear their mask and do the distancing, as I've always said. But you know, I mean, I've been as careful as you could be, and still wound up, you know, catching it. So, but still, though, you know, you need to be precautious and use precaution. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're very grateful that you're back, and Diane is back, and with a negative test, and there are a lot of folks out there that are having to go through this. I know several that are at home in their 14 days or 10 days, depending on what's going on with them. But I guess on a brighter note, vaccines for 65 and older started this past Monday.
That's right.
I've talked to several that's had their first rounds already.
That's right. And a lot of people have, and of course, you know, it's a two shot thing, and I'm, you know, I was kind of skeptical about it. I mean, until I did a little research and a lot of reading on it, and as soon as it comes available, you know, I'll for sure get my shot, and I think Diane will too. So it's, you know, just thank goodness that we've got that out there, you know, and they're getting it done.
Yeah, I heard we got two two different companies, and I heard this yesterday evening that a third company is going to the FDA for approval. So hopefully in the next 90 days, there's going to be all kinds of vaccines out there available.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still a limited supply from this one company, but they're doing their best to be able to get it out. You still look back and within 9 months of them coming up and starting to get a vaccine, that they've been able to get it approved, get it out, get it distributed, and getting in people's arms. That, to me, that's just unreal.
The problem, we're having here in this county anyway, with it is, from what I understand, because since I've came back, I've had several calls about this, and I know that I think Alex and Robert both had talked about it, is trying to get through to get an appointment to get your vaccine, down, getting the phone, getting to answer the phone down there. And from what I understand, they're so short-handed. There's only a certain amount of ladies down there and that are to where they can answer the phone and make the scheduling. And all we can tell them is, of course they don't work for us. They work for the state of Georgia. They're state employees, but is to keep calling. They've got the numbers posted online on their website and to keep calling till you get an answer,
Well, I think we've seen the state of Georgia, North Georgia Health Department. They realized there was a lot of folks trying to get in on the phone line, so they put a online portal where you could go register for an appointment, and they had so many people trying to get into that they had to take it back down, and now they've asked people to start calling again. So. I guess the one good thing that you can take from this, Commissioner, is there was some skepticism, about the number of people that might not even want to take the vaccine. Well, we've seen just the opposite. We've basically seen a great outcry of people wanting to get it and get it quick. So that's good news.
It is good news, and I think they, it's just that amazes me, because a lot of the people that I heard that were anti or against it are the ones now that are really, really wanting. They understand the importance of it, and they kind of had time to think about their age and how old they are, and actually looking at the people that have died, that have been close to us, and people in our tri-state area. So I think it's kind of opened people's eyes up, and
absolutely. We'll continue to dispense all the information that from the health department and what they've got available, and we're in what they call a phase 1A now, where 65 and older, as well as all the healthcare and first responders, can sign up and get the vaccine. And 1B is supposed to be rolled out here in just several weeks, which is essential workers is the next group that's going to be brought into the fold. I know that you were unable to attend this last county commission meeting, but and I'm sure, matter of fact, I know Vice Chairman Goff was in here, and he's kept you abreast of everything that's went on, and Kerry Doan did a good job of the meeting the other night.
I appreciate him so much, and all my commissioners, but Robert, that's one thing about it, is when I did actually realize that, hey, I'm sick, I feel just as well with him running it as me. I mean, he knows he's there every day with me in and out, and he's, I'm as comfortable with him sitting there in that chair as I am, so thank goodness, and like I said, and all my commissioners are good people, but he did a good job, and I do appreciate that so much.
I guess one of the biggest announcements, or the biggest vote the other night, was to moving ahead with a contract with Memorial, because we're down to about 2 weeks now.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm gonna sit in here just a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
No, that's true, and thank goodness, that that's going smooth right now. We've got everything almost intact, as far as ready to go, and I feel good about it, and it'll be something different, and we'll play it by ear here, for 6 months or so, and I know there's going to be some adjusting that'll have to be done, no doubt on anything like that, but all in all, I think it's a good move for the county, I really do.
Now, Dade County will be joining Walker County. Walker County will have Memorial EMS responding to their emergency calls, as well as Dade County here. And so you'll be able to, you'll see a lot of the Memorial trucks. I mean, they've never went completely away, because they still do convalescence and things that you'll see them taking somebody home or something like that. But you'll see a lot more of the memorial.
Well, they'll be our provider. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be the responsible party. I mean, that's what you might say. So, but anyway, it's good, and because it was not a good feeling, back when we took office back in 08 or 09, and the first thing that happened, even 2 or 3 weeks before we actually were sworn in, was we were going to be without ambulance service because Hutchinson was going out, and that really hit me in the face real quick. We had to get on the ball and get something going, and that's when we kind of turned the curve and had to go into. I think it was it lifeguard, I think, or that we brought in at first.
I think so.
Yeah, and so that was a scary time. A lot of people didn't realize how close we were to being without, really, or almost without ambulance service. But we've come a long way, and I feel, like I said, this deal here will work out really good for us, for everyone in the county, because see, in 4 years, supposedly from the meetings that we've had with them, we'll be completely, as far as not out of it, that they'll take over everything totally, and it'll be strictly Memorial doing it. We won't have the actual to have the worry. They'll take over all the trucks and everything. Of course, right now they'll maintain the trucks. Anything major that goes down or whatever, they're responsible for all that and all that. But still, though, it's just I think it's a win for us. I believe it is.
But Commissioner, is there anything else that you might want to talk about? I don't want to keep you long.
No, it's just the County Road 6 is always an important topic on people's minds that live out there, and they're all running on schedule. They made a massive pour out there yesterday, another concrete pour, and they're coming right along with it. But it's going to be into February, into the month of February, hopefully early part, but before we open that road, I know back up. But it's just a major project, and we want to be sure it's done and fixed when we walk out of there. It'll be good. And of course, I didn't get to go to our final state sign-off meeting up at the Lookout Lake Dam. That was the first few days that I was sick. I don't even remember what that, but it was on a Tuesday. And but Robert covered in there, and Billy, and they were really they bragged on it, the state of Georgia, and they're signing off on that now. We'll get a documentation probably later on next week, relieving us from any Category 1 dam responsibilities out there at that. So that's a lot of people don't realize how big that is. That's big, and it's big that we got it done in a timely manner after we returned loose, because had we not, and we'd went over, time-wise, or if we had actually lagged back, it was the fine was right at it was about 50. I started to say 5,500. I know it was 5,000 a day that we would have been fined until that dam was fixed. So anyway, that's over. Thank goodness for that. But if anyone has any questions about anything, as always, you can call my cell number. I'm back at work. I'm not spreading any germs. I was assured by 2 different doctors that I'm just real weak. I know I don't sound like I'm back, but I'm answering my phone 24/7, and of course I'm in the office every day. So just feel free to call me. It's 667-8999. That's my cell, and 657-4625.
All right. Well, Commissioner, we thank you, and we're glad that you're back. We're glad that Diane is tested negative as well, and I know there was a lot of folks putting up prayers for you and Diane, and I would talk as I would go to different places. That was one of the top questions were asked. Have you heard how Ted's doing?
Yeah.
So
I just appreciate everybody. It shows you, when you're down like that, it really shows how many people care. It's just a good place to live. It's a good place. It's just good people. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in. I know a lot of folks we're tickled to be able to hear you on the radio and the TV today. We thank you.
I appreciate it.
On the Newsmaker segment, Dade County Executive Ted Rumley back in the studio with us